This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
No introduction, no nothing. I have to point something out. Two things. Number one, did I just see a cane?
You saw a cane, guy. You saw a cane.
Bro.
Adjustable. Dick Van Dyke's got nothing on me.
Wait a minute. Okay. Is that a standard issued hospital cane? Or is that a cane that you got at a cane store?
No, this is a cane I bought at a medical store. You know what I'm saying? When you need a cane, but the hospital ain't going to give you a cane, but you're not going to get a good cane because you're not going to be using a cane the rest of your life. It's temporary. The beauty of this cane, you press in like, a pogo, I don't know what, a curtain, so you can adjust the length. Got a little tassel, so you can put it on your wrist. I like that. What I use it for is I can't walk the dog, so I dangle it and he chews it. So it's a form of playing until I'm back on my feet, guy. I got all that in.
Well, first and foremost, I got a comment that I thought a guy like you would go buy a nice cane made out of oak, maybe by a Native American, something with a story. I didn't think you were going to just go to a medical facility and get a standard issued medical cane. I thought it would have like maybe a story, maybe cut from, old bark after World War II, something.
What am I, a pirate? Bro, let me put it to you this way. I can't even laugh too hard. I want to pop my back. Good to see you, by the way. So I made my first public appearance. I went down Friday, 8 a.m. I went to pick something up, popped it down. Couldn't move, So about 2-3 days later, I was able to I was up 2 days later. It wasn't as severe as past ones, but I had the cane, get up slow. So I needed to go get some Nicorette gum, and I was able to get in the car the other day, first day. And I was I have my back brace on, and I was trying to get into the CVS without the cane. And I got out of the car, and I was like, I gotta cane it. I gotta cane it. So luckily there weren't a lot of people. So it was basically just me, one stranger, and the guy at the cash register. So I come in with the cane just to get Nicorette gum, right? He looks at me. I feel like I got to say, like, if you had a cane, wouldn't you feel like I got to say, I throw it on my back, right? Even though I don't know him. But here's the deal. You come in with a wooden cane, a nice custom cane, they're looking at you like you're, wounded for life, and you obviously need this cane all the time. You come in with a temporary medical cane. This guy twisted his ankle, pulled the groin, threw out his back. Temporary. He's going to be up and about in no time. It's the cane makes a statement, bro.
I got a problem with the cane in general. And I'll tell you why. Number one, I got a problem with the cane, and number two, I'm sorry. I think I hate to say this, but with the back brace, I think you're going a little too far with this whole back thing.
You have no idea what you're saying. What do you think? Like I'm doing this for attention or something?
There's a little bit of like when you sat down. Ooh, I can't laugh. Really gay.
Bro, I can't even cough. I can't sneeze. For the past 4 days, if I got to sneeze, I rub my nose like that. I don't want it to happen. You have no idea. You have no idea what you're dealing with here, bro. I mean, my daughter had a swim meet. I couldn't even go. I'm laying on the kitchen floor. And the same day, go ahead. Going too fast.
Same day. What?
I really, bro, I'm disappointed in your reaction, to put it lightly. The same day I threw out my back, Jackie gets frustrated. She was great. She helps me, but she gets really frustrated. But the same day she got into the New York City Marathon, which It wasn't looking like she was getting in, even though she qualified, and she was getting so mad and frustrated, and she was so upset. And then finally, out of nowhere, she gets this email that she's in. So she's literally dancing with joy in the kitchen over my body. So it was like a tale of two moods, you know? Puddle of frustration laying on the kitchen floor and someone dancing around and sheer joy. So a lot of emotions flowing through the Correale kitchen this week. And when I sat down, if I can get down now just right, I can move, I can get up just right. But if I put pressure like that, oh shit!
God!
Oh God! So, but like I'm fine when I lean forward.
Okay.
I was so considerate when you you go and you get your back and I'm like, oh, you're gonna be all right. You look at me, I ain't milking it.
I wanna analyze what's going on with the back. Were you lifting something heavy and it strained the back? What caused the actual pain?
I've come to the conclusion it's the lifting. I've gotten, whenever I lift, I go light, and then when I start getting really into it, which I was lately, I got into the 40s, and I'm doing some stuff with the 40s, feeling good about it, but every time I go past 20 or God forbid 30-pound dumbbells, it seems that even though I feel good, like what happens is I came downstairs and I bent over just to move something on the floor, and you just hear ping, you hear it pop, and and it hasn't happened since hip surgery. And we were really sure that getting a hip replacement, I was compensating and it won't happen. So it hasn't happened in like 2.5 years now, man. And it wasn't as bad. So, but yeah.
Okay, though. I'm gonna take you through a few things here.
Okay.
Anything going on in your life right now that is out of the ordinary? Could be finances, could be family issues, anything causing you any type of stress that might be not the norm?
No. Living the best version of me, having a great life, enjoying life right now. I think it was the heavy weights, and then also I do these newsletters. I don't know if you know. Yeah. And I spend an incredibly inappropriate amount of time, fucking waste my time writing these things, like they're Gone with the Wind fucking scripts. So I was sitting in this cheap chair. I've gotten better chairs. They suck too, for about 4 nights straight, lifting heavy weights. And I think it's a combination of that. I am completely stress-free. I mean, minus fucking Putin and China getting involved, but other than that, stress-free. Yeah. So I don't think it's that.
Now, you with a cane in public, right?
Yeah.
I would venture to say if I needed a cane in public, I would have to wait until I was able to walk without a cane to go.
Okay, I just want to make sure. But we're talking about the same person that had his manager wheel him through the airport in a wheelchair, though, right? That was you, right? Okay. Holy shit. And by the way, bro, I adore you, man. I do. I love you, but I got to be honest. If you had my back pain, you probably wouldn't even be able to do this show, to be honest with you, bro. This is East Coast pain tolerance right here, not Midwest. I can't make myself laugh.
I'm going to address the wheelchair thing. I got to address the wheelchair thing.
Yeah, you know. You didn't even have a man pushing it.
For those new listeners that might have not caught this story, this happened maybe 5-6 years ago in Detroit, Michigan. I was on stage. I popped my calf. I don't know what the hell happened, but I couldn't walk. I was put in.
This is like a defendant thinking they got the guy. You're on stand and you're such a great witness, and then the other guy comes up and goes, "Didn't you have a hit and run, kill somebody like 3 years ago when you were drunk?" And the whole crowd goes, "Whoa!" Like, you give me a hard time about my back. Now you're telling the listeners you pulled a calf muscle and had a woman wheel you through the airport in a wheelchair.
This was not one of my proudest moments. And I agree, bro. I'm sorry, but if you're a grown man, you need another grown man pushing you through the airport. You throw a woman behind you on a wheelchair route through the airport. Ooh.
Yeah.
But I couldn't walk. I needed to get home. So the wheelchair was needed. But I tell you the worst part of that story is I don't let anybody coming into my hotel room. Like Judy had to come into my hotel room and get me in the wheelchair. Right? Like I don't like anybody seeing where I slept. Like, like if me and you were staying at a hotel, like, I don't need you in my room. Like visiting.
No.
If I need to see you, we go to the lobby.
I don't want to see a sheet, right? You just see one black back hair in the sheet. You're like, okay, I get it. Oh, yeah.
Totally changes my outlook on you.
Even there's no secrets between me and my wife, but the minute you're this helpless, though, you take that. I know you don't want someone in your room, but it's the same thing in regular life. Like Jackie was going to the store and she's like, "Do you need anything?" And like, I needed Nicorette gum at the time, and I'm like, I'm laying on my back and I'm like, "Can you get me Nicorette?" And then of course she goes, "When are you gonna stop chewing that?" Again, because I can't just drive in my room and get the shit myself, right? Then she gives me a coffee and I'm like, telling her the sugar. "You use too much sugar. I didn't know you used that much sugar." Like all these little things are being exposed now because they need assistance. So, and then there's the part too, though. Like yesterday when I was first able to start moving a little, like I could get up and walk around, but I can't help with anything. So, I'm watching TV and Jackie's like, "Dinner," and I go in and I eat dinner and then I get up. And I go right back to the couch. I'm like, "Can I get a coffee?" She brings me a coffee. And then at one point I look at her and I go, "Jack, this is what it was like for men all the time in 1955. And she goes, "I know." I go, "How fucking great was that?" I go, "What I just did? Like, that's what they did all the time. They come home, they eat dinner, and then they go, 'You bring me a coffee.' I go, "I could make you rub my feet if this was 1955. Oh, shit. I mean, back then, a man would lift his feet so the wife could do the vacuum under his feet." So, that's the part that's great. You feel like you're living in 1955 for a little while. You don't have to help out with anything.
Beautiful.
But I hear you. I mean, Judy, your manager, wheeling in. Did she have to put the toothpaste on the toothbrush for you?
Oh, no. It was, it was terrible on the airplane.
What?
When I had to board the airplane, I had a hop.
Oh, shit. Did you have to use each set of chairs to hold you up as you went? People are reading going, "What the fuck?" And did you have to hop to the bathroom at night when you had to pee?
Yeah, I had to do a lot of hopping, and I gotta tell you, I refused the wheelchair on boarding and deboarding. All right, because I gotta tell you, there's nothing worse than coming eye to eye with someone on a wheelchair on a plane as they wheel you down the aisle. Because people, like you said, are reading and they look up, and you're looking right at them, right, eye level.
That's the weirdest feeling. And then they look at you, you're not even old. So that really throws them off, You're like, "Was he 40? What the fuck is this?" Oh, God.
Well, that's the same thing with the cane, bro. Walk into the drugstore with a cane. And again, like, I feel like if you got a cane, this is probably awful to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. By the way, welcome to Patreon. When you're Italian and you keep yourself in shape and you're still, got the hair and the whole thing, and then you had a cane on top of it, bro. Yeah. I feel like it's almost you're like scamming the insurance company. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm a Brooklyn hipster. I don't even really need it. I only use it like every 3 steps or some shit, right? Yeah, dude. You know you're getting comfortable with it. You're gonna love this. When Sadie was going diving or something, our neighbor was picking her up, and when your other neighbor picks up the kids, you know how you do that, like you wave from the window to thank them, and they, So I'm in the door. I got one hand in the door, and I can see the woman, and I go like this. I'm like, thanks. And she knew I had a bad back because I missed some. And even Jackie's like, oh, my God, you're waving with the cane. It's loud, too, when it drops, man.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a fucking hassle. It's like an umbrella, If you took the cane out to dinner, do you think you would forget the cane and leave it behind, or you think that cane's attached to you at all times?
No, because I can't hold my back weight yet, man. I literally still can't hold I mean, now I could start to, but I need the cane because if it tweaks for a sec, you got to be able to, kick it right there. Anyway, I'm doing all right, though, bro. I'm doing all right. And, I don't want to make this the focal point of the whole show. I don't
We had to address it coming in because you came in hot with the back brace and the cane. So if we left it out of the show, I think people would be asking questions.
I want to get, though, the cane that has the sword in it. So next time I'm like in New York and I'm on the 6 train, and then somebody, wouldn't that be great? Somebody's like, you got a problem? I go, you got a problem? Fucking Zorro over here. Holy shit. That'd be nice.
Oh, man. All right. So welcome to Patreon. Right. That was... yeah, we forgot to even start the show just because it was we had to address the cane issue. Yeah. So I'm coming off a week of my dad visiting here, and
nice.
When you guys visited again, I tend, and you told me this, and I tried to keep this in the back of my head. I tend to overly be hospitable to the guests and tend to forget that I have guests and to spend some time with them and talk because I'm too busy making, pasta or I'm heating up pizzas. But I'm always anticipating. I gotta tell you, and you stayed here. When you stay with me, you never go hungry. All right.
No,
I'm always replenishing. Either wine, pistachios. By the way, this pistachio thing, we've taken it to another level, bro.
Really?
I'm searching out for the best pistachios. I'm really liking these salt and pepper ones. You got the plain ones, but then they start coating them with like jalapeno, salt and pepper, cayenne. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice
Still
vibe.
in the shell, though, right? Still in the shell?
Still in the shell, but I gotta tell you, I've been opening so much shells.
Yeah.
I'm getting open sores due to the fact that I'm really getting in. And again, to go to your pistachio bet, you ever get a pistachio where the shell is beautiful? That's all you gotta do is like click it and it just pops open. But
yeah,
there's one that's like just slightly open. And you don't want to throw it away, but you really want to get to it because you feel like if you did throw it away, it'd be a waste of a good pistachio. There's ones that come and they just got a little crack in there where you got to get kind of the edge of your nail to pop it in. There's been a few of those. I broke skin trying to get into a pistachio.
Wow. So, have you ever done the way you put it in between your teeth and try the tall way and just try to... Yeah.
I don't do anything with my teeth other than eat. Now, are you the type to rip a bag open with your teeth?
Bro, my teeth are a tool, guy. Absolutely. Hold things. I can't tell you how many nails have been in my mouth through the years, like 10 galvanized nails, like a dog bone. By the time I'm done, it seems like I just dipped my tongue in a fucking dirty river, polluted river, the Gowanus Canal or something. Those were the days, right? What?
I've never been that guy. I've never been the guy to like, here, let me open it and then rip it with my teeth or hold something in my mouth while I got my hands doing something. I don't know, bro. Something about putting shit in my mouth that's not food. I'm not into it.
I know. Well, you're also looking at my fingernail clippers. Oh, yeah.
Oh, bro.
Bro, I've done this show where I've gone like that on my finger and I felt one. I'm like, oh, God, I want to get that so bad. Yeah.
Oh,
so, yeah, they serve a lot of purposes. And, yeah, they've held lots of things. Rip bags all the time, bro. Absolutely. I mean, you don't ever have that urge where you can't get something and you're just like, nah.
Yeah, but you know what the fear I got? Because I don't use my teeth in that way. I feel the time I do rip something open with my teeth, a tooth is going to fly out and be caught in the bag.
I hear you, but
I'll rip something out. Like, I don't have, I feel like a lot of primals used to use their teeth back in the day, hunting for food or whatever. Just the mouth, like you said, was a tool. I feel like I haven't worked my mouth long enough to get it to the point where it could start like ripping shit open,
Yeah. Well, it's also, being a performer, it's kind of like really something you shouldn't do, It's like, an athlete's not going to go out and paint their house in their baseball uniform. So the hell we're going to, use our teeth as a tool. It's probably, how about here's one you've probably done. Maybe trying to get a thread through a needle or something. You ever have that where you just got to get something little and you can't get it with your fingers? So you get fucking teeth. Like to get it. Yeah, no. Never cut a piece of tape. You couldn't get it. I don't know, bro.
Now, let's say you got a piece of thread, right, and it's kind of fringed out, and you're trying to thread a needle. I'll just get like a little spit here on my finger, and then I'll kind of.
Oh wow, the thread doesn't even go in the mouth. I lick that thing, bring it out slow. Oh. There you have it, people. God. Using your mouth as a tool is a little white tee. Speaking of that, you ever put a golf tee in your mouth? Come on, going up to the thing. No.
By the way, I golfed this week in this Pro-Am, this Genesis Invitational. Did I tell you this?
Yeah, you were saying. You did it the day before the tourney started. In the thing with the charity thing or whatever.
Yeah. Did I tell you? Yeah, I told you that. Okay, yeah. I don't know where I'm at, man, with this thing. I'm all over the map. I don't know last time we did this. Wednesday? Was this Wednesday last time we did this? Or Thursday? Thursday. Okay, so wow. We got what, 4 days that went by. I want to ask you something here.
Yeah.
Today's a holiday. It's President's Day. We're working, man.
Yeah.
Patrick's working.
Mm-hmm.
I got a problem with people taking off for holidays outside Christmas, Thanksgiving. What's your thoughts? I got a fucking podcast room listen, I got a podcast room. The guy told me I could be working on President's Day. Hey, wow. We're not working at Apple. It's like this ain't this. We're not. We're open.
Yeah.
We're open for
I'll tell
business.
You what. You name for me 7 presidents right now, and then you can have the day off. All right, like it's it's one of these fringe holidays, man. It's like, it's a holiday, and the next thing you know, you're getting a call from somebody who's in their office. And then you go to call somebody else, and they're not in their office. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to this. You know what I'm saying? I put it there with, honestly, Valentine's Day. It's a fucking non-holiday. Halloween, non-holiday. Exactly. St. Patrick's Day, non-holiday. Day after the Super Bowl, non-holiday.
Yes, I agree.
Jesus.
And listen,
Groundhog.
Also, I'll go as far to say if there's not like a barbecue attached to the holiday, like no one goes, come over for President's Day, we're gonna have a barbecue, right?
Oh God, no. Yeah.
like Labor Day, Memorial Day, people get together. President's Day, it's like, let's get to Tuesday already, right?
Exactly. It's Groundhog Day, man. It's
Groundhog
nothing. It's
Day.
nothing.
This ain't nothing. And then it's like, you can't do nothing on it. The banks are closed. And you know what fucking burns my ass, especially in this day and age, where everybody's on their phone and nobody misses a damn thing? You ever email someone and they got an automatic reply? You ever get this shit?
Yeah. Yeah, what is that? Saying they won't be back until the office until...
Yeah. Well, you ain't seeing this?
What are you on
email?
No, they're on the Appalachian Trail for the fucking President's Weekend. They're doing the Appalachian Trail. Are you kidding me? That drives me nuts.
Yeah, I had this morning. I did an email. We'll be out of the office due to the observance of President's Day. My question is, I've never done an automatic reply. When you do an automatic reply, do you still get the email? Or do they take off the automatic reply and there's just a flood of emails that comes in after they take off the message?
Right. I don't know. That's a good question.
Patrick, you know, like, do you he never uses it either. This fucker was up at 4 o'clock this morning wondering if we're going to do a podcast today, right?
Yeah, I know. That was nuts.
I'm saying I got a podcast room with laborers that ain't here today because they're observing President's Day. Get the fuck to work, all right?
Right.
Enough with this president thing. I got people on the outside right now working on my pool. Why are they working and the podcast people are not working? I don't get it.
Yeah. No, that's a really, you got half of the people that are working and the other half aren't. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and really what's the hassle is school's closed. So now most people do have to work, but now they're like, what am I going to do with my kids? So this is like.
This is throwing off the whole.
Too many holidays.
Too many holidays, number one. And this is another thing. And I'm probably going to piss off a lot of people by saying this.
Yeah.
But if you're waiting for the holidays, like there's people that live for this shit. Oh,
right.
We get off for President's Day. We get off for Martin Luther King.
Right.
Whatever the fuck.
Listen.
If you wait for the holidays, you ain't living your life. You ain't living your dream. Because the way I look at today, we're clocking in. I got work after this. I'm doing shit today. There's no off.
Bro,
sorry, I'm very passionate about this.
No, I know, but we're talking about President's Day. You're acting like you're on the clock here on Christmas, okay? There's 90% of the workforce is out there. Your podcast guys aren't, and you're taking that as a reflection of the entire society. And we don't look forward to, I'm just saying, we don't look forward to President's Day. People look forward to sometimes a 3-day weekend. But is there really anybody that's going at home going 10 more days till, like, do they celebrate the actual President's Day? Who celebrates that?
Nothing. They ain't celebrating. There's nobody here. There's nobody at their house lighting a cake for a president. You know what I'm saying?
For Teddy Roosevelt? No.
They don't give a shit. They just know they got off their job and they get paid. It's a paid holiday. You know what I want? You know what? This is what I want. Because I used to work the holidays. I didn't care. I used to tell the people that I go, put me on the holiday. I'll work it. All right? This is what I want in an employee. I want, you know what I want my employee goes, I know that we got off for President's Day, but I'm coming in anyway. Oh, hey, you want to talk about a raise? Right there. You come in on a holiday, you're not supposed to be here, you're taken care of.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not that impressed.
I don't think you're vibing this, bro. I don't think you're vibing on this at all. I think you're the type of guy that you look to celebrate this shit.
I don't, but I feel like I don't think it's amazing that you and I are working. I look out my window and everybody's working except school's closed and the post office. So I think you think that the most of the country is home right now, and I feel like they're not. Your podcast guys aren't, and that's got you bent. And I hear you. It's a bullshit excuse to not work on a Monday. I mean, and you know, The only ones who use it are those fucking ski lovers. Yay, President's Weekend, we get another day on the slopes. But I mean, if we're having this conversation on the 4th of July, I'd be blown away at your dedication, because that's a holiday that you'll never see me working. I love it. I love it, you know? So what's your take on, is that a major one, or like if that lands on a Monday and someone works for you and they're like, I know it's the 4th, we're coming in, we're going to finish this thing. Are you like, guys, no, come on, you can't.
No, but you know what? 4th of July is a big holiday, but if I had to work, I'd work. I don't like it's the holiday, I gotta work on the holiday. No. If we had to do this on the 4th of July, right? We'd find a way to do this. Just crank it up.
Wow. That would be we'd have to do it early, guy.
Yeah, early.
'Cause that is the 4th. Yeah.
Oh, now I know that Patrick's up. We can get this thing done at 4:30 in the morning.
I don't even know if he sleeps. I mean, check his back. Is there a zipper? I think there's a battery. Fucking AI. It's not even a real dude. I sent that text so early for me this morning. I'm like, I don't see it when they get up. He replied, like, auto reply.
I know. He's the type of guy. There's people out there, no matter when you text them, they text back. Like, I feel like I text this guy at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'll get a response at 2:01. Right? He almost like he could be sleeping, just pop up, text. Go back down. I just feel like there's not a lot of people, but there's just like certain type of people that are just up. You know, they're just awake, alive, and ready to go.
I see a text like a letter. When I get a text, I feel like if I get a text on Monday, I'm like, I got till like Thursday to get back to that person. You know?
Well, how do you work it? Do you see a text, read it, and then just put the phone down and go, text them back when I can?
It depends. Put it to you this way.
How do you do it?
Let's say you get like 3 or 4 texts, hypothetically, I don't, but like, let's say you get 3 or 4 texts over the course of a couple hours, right? Isn't each text like you're invisible walking through a room and each text is a separate conversation and you're going, nah, all right, I'll talk to you, right? And it's, you know, I mean, like, you know, you text me, I'll text you back. There's other people, you know, they're going to get the Thursday treatment. It's just, it's also depending on what's being discussed in the text. It's all, bro, it's relationships. You know that, right? Come on. Isn't there like...
No, I agree. I mean, there's certain texts that I think you respond in a timely manner, and there's other texts where you might leave it on the side. A lot of times I'll go through my texts early in the morning and can just like almost like do a massive text response to multiple people that's text me over the last 24 to 48 hours. Obviously, if it's timely, I'll get back to them. But if it's a general text, hey, did you see the game last night, a game or whatever, maybe we text that person 2-3 days.
Right.
You know, it's not something that's urgent.
Right.
Same with email, though, too. You know, I go through the emails, and I feel like I got a guy that's emailing me right now that the emails are way too long, right? And I'd rather a guy, if he's going to write a long email, I'd rather him just give me a call and tell me.
And a message.
I'm not prone to read long emails, are you?
No, I actually even got a message recently that I bailed halfway through the voice message. I didn't even have the time to listen. It was just going on, and not a delete. It was more of a I'll listen to that when I have more time. It was just, you know, it was just long. So let alone a long email. But don't you find too that my response sometimes with text depends on the other person, like how they are. Like my buddy out in LA there, you know, Larry. He doesn't always text right back. So when he texts me, I know he doesn't always expect it right back. What? Billy Gardell, they text right back. So when they text me, I text right back because I'm like, you know, I got to match their etiquette. I'll send you something funny. Sometimes the next day I'll get a ha-ha, or sometimes I'll get one right away. It's no rhyme or reason. I don't take it personal.
Yeah, I think the people that respond in due time, then you follow back with that. But by the way, Watt reached out to me 2 nights ago looking for a table at a restaurant in Vegas. He's like, I don't pull this card that often, but could you hook me up at this restaurant at the Wynn Hotel? Right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, awesome.
When a request like that comes in, and Lindsay, who works for me, is just dynamite. She's on it. I said, Lindsay, could you hook up Watt? Because Lindsay's piped in with the people at the Wynn. And then Watt, she set him up, the whole thing. Watt sends me a picture. It's one of these like 1950s, 60s type of Rat Pack-ish type restaurant. It's called Delilah, right?
Uh-huh.
And it takes a picture front row. He got nice front row. Him and his wife went out for a nice little weekend. Just them two without the
Right.
baby. I don't know if I'm sharing too much here, but
No, bro, it's so funny you say this because you've reached that point where I had told you how Jackie got into the marathon, but the 2 days before she got into the marathon, it had reached the point where she was like, can you see if Sebastian can get me into the marathon? and I was like, I don't know who he knows with that, but I'll try. I mean, he could get it in himself the day before. I don't know if he could get you in, but so
would be
buckle down, bro. Put your cape on because once your new movie comes out, personal requests are common, seemingly.
a marathon would be a good test of your ability to pull strings, I think. Do you think if Brad Pitt called the New York City Marathon and said, listen, I need to get somebody in the race, that they would get in?
I would have to think, right? I mean, I am Brad Pitt.
It's results based. It's you don't just get in.
No,
You have to reach a time, right?
You got to qualify, but then there's also a lottery. So there are spots, people that get in. It's harder to get in that way, but there are a random lottery where you just get in. Maybe it's that's your impetus to start training. I got into the New York City Marathon. I won the lottery, so I'm going to start training and get in shape. So it's not. That's a good question. What else would be a good test?
To get somebody in.
To get somebody.
How about a private tour of the Pentagon? Is that it?
Wow. I don't know about the Pentagon, but how about this? Got a relative. I want to spend the night with my relative in the hospital, but the hospital's visiting hours end at 11. Can you call blah 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 memorial for me and see if they'll let me sleep overnight with my uncle in his room, in his hospital room?
That's no problem. I don't think that's a problem. I think my sister could call.
Get that done? By the way, I saw a movie I wanted to ask you the other day where someone was going to give organs. Now, would you ever do that? Like donate your organs?
I don't have it on my, the license. You flip it over the back. It says, donate the whole thing. I don't know, man. Listen, it's not that I don't want to give shit away. It's
right.
It's a more of a vanity thing where if you start opening me up and giving a brain away or a heart or whatever the hell it is.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, here, let's go to this question. When you pass away, open casket?
No, none of that. Cremation, I'm doing cremation. You're not going to see my body when I pass away. But getting back to what you're saying, you just brought up the heart. The minute you give away your heart, you pass away, it's not about you now. It's about your heart. My point is, I don't want to die. Like, if I'm dying slowly, I don't want to see two dudes with a fucking igloo cooler standing to the left, waiting for me to fucking kick it so they can get the heart.
Is he gone yet?
It's like they lean a phone. I'm like, I'm still breathing, guys. Back off, all right? The guy can have it in 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes at least. I'm saying goodbye to my family. Jesus Christ, with the cooler. You know what I'm saying? So there's no one's hovering over you crying because there's already 3 guys coming in with gloves on, getting the heart, the lungs. Oh, here we go. Time to go shopping.
Okay, well, I haven't really thought about it, but I would assume that it's going to be open casket for me, right? There's going to be a view. There's going to be a viewing.
Yeah. Well, that's you, guy, right? You got to give the people one last glimpse, right?
I just, growing up, going to wakes and funerals and whatnot, it was, the body was always there for you to take a look at, take a knee and whatnot. And then, people talk about the body and whatnot. But if I start giving parts away and shit, I feel like that's all people are going to be talking about at my funeral. Like, they're going to go up and they're going to say their piece, and then they're going to be in the back of the room, and someone's going to go, "Did you hear?" And they're going to go, "What? He gave his brain away. Go look, you could see the incision where they took it out." And then the guy's going to go back up and have to go look, right? And it's going to be all about, not me necessarily passing away. They're going to be talking about going, "Do you know that he got no kidneys right now? They took his kidneys out."
Right. I mean, this is just a hollow shell. This is nothing more than a sack. You're going to get a lot of double walk-ups. First one to pay respects. Second one's like a science class. You could see it's like a zipper. It goes right over the temple. Oh, God. Now, do you think if you donated your heart, the guy who got it has to, write Lana a nice letter? And say,
Listen, I think if you get a heart from anybody, I think you got to, what's the thank you? What is the thank you on an organ? You get a gift of whatever for your birthday or whatever. You write a thank you on it, but someone gives you a heart. What are you sending?
I know. I mean, do you visit their grave? Say a few words at their tombstone. That's a nice maybe thing to do, right?
Yeah, I think you could visit, but what if you give the heart, right?
Yeah.
And the heart don't work, right? There's complications with the heart.
Yeah.
Are you swearing up and down the guy that gave you the bad heart? You know what I'm saying? If you need a heart, right, and you get a transplant.
We are so bad. You're basically saying if you buy a used car and it starts stalling at the red light, are you pissed at the fucking guy who sold it to you? Shit.
Well, you don't think that would go through your head? Like if the guy tells you, "Oh, the heart, just so you know, it's got a murmur." Ah, fuck.
Right. The
murmur.
Great. I got the heart when a guy ate bacon for the first 20 years of his life. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh God.
Can you donate? Even though you're donating an organ, if that organ have to be working at 100%? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question.
If the heart is 90% good, is it still a good heart to pop into somebody? Or the kidneys, maybe or the liver. Let's say a liver, you got an alcoholic's liver,
right.
And it might not be as fantastic.
Well,
not that the liver's totally destroyed, but I'm sure I got body parts in me. If they tested them, they'd go, I don't know if this is good for a transplant.
That brings up the question: have they ever went to take your heart out because you said you were going to donate it, and then they open up and they go, "Oh, this thing, it's like a banana with stains." They know right away it's no good. We can't even take it. It looked good in the X-ray, but we can't use this. What are we gonna do? Or like you said today, go. Hey, the other guy got about 5 years out of it, but fuck it, give it to him. I don't know. It's crazy, man. I tell you.
Oh man.
What's your take,
so, yeah,
by the way? What's your take? Yeah, go ahead. No, you were saying something.
What's your take? No, it was a fleeting thought.
What's your take on? I'll put it generally speaking, but I'm experiencing it. You can figure it out. You got an answer machine. One of the person on the answer machine, like you got a married couple, let's say, one of them passes away, and they're the one on the answer machine. Do you change the answer machine to the person that's still with us? My mom's message is still my dad, and it's like every time I call and she don't pick up, I'm talking to a ghost. You know. So I don't know how to take that.
Well, you as a son.
And my mom knows. My mom knows. What?
Yeah, okay, but let's say the next time you call and it's her.
Yeah.
Do you go,
yeah,
where's Dad?
Well, I mean, I got lots of recordings of my dad, you know? So yeah, it's not like I'm never going to hear his voice again.
I know, but if she took it off the machine, would you
and
go,
at this point, yeah, because I said, so Dad's still on. And she goes, I know. So, like, I think she don't pick up just so she can hear my dad's voice.
Maybe you should get your dad on your machine. So when she calls you,
she'll call me. Yeah, you're right. Because you don't.
Well, here's a question. Yeah. I never asked you this before. Do you still got your dad in your phone? The number.
I do because it was my mom's too. Yeah.
Wait, the cell phone your dad had was also your mom's cell phone?
No, I never called my dad on his cell ever. I always called him at home. He was always home. He was. And then the cell phone he had is my mom and dad's. Yeah, I don't think I did.
Because I got a friend of mine who passed away. You there?
Yeah. Have you? No, I'm here. Have you done that though? It's weird when you do that. I've had that too.
I leave them in my phone. I leave them in my phone. I leave the person who passed away in my phone, and I don't know why I do that. Like, why do you do that?
Now, you do it for a little while. I think out of memory, I do it so when I scroll, But then after a while, I've taken a couple out, which is weird. But if you leave it in, and then somebody else now has that number, and they go to, well, why would they call you? But like if someone else had that number and it called you, that'd be pretty trippy, right?
Yeah.
Like if you have the number of someone who passed away and it rang, would you just go hello? Or would you be like, hello? Because if you went hello, that means even though you're at the funeral, you saw him at the wake, there's still a part of you that thinks he might be calling you. That's fucking woo.
Oh, God. Yeah, man. I don't know why I'm looking at it right now. I still have this guy's number in my phone. And
if it rang, would you answer?
Yeah. Listen, if it rang, obviously, it might be his wife or his kids or whatnot. I mean, it's not going to be him, but I mean, if it popped up and he, I got it right here. If he, yeah.
You ever call it?
Well, I did. I called it when I heard that he had passed away. But I called, it's like one of those things like you start hearing stuff. Did you hear so-and-so passed away? I'm like, what? And right away I called his number. And then it went right to voicemail, and the voicemail was full. That's weird, too,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, were those all afterward? Was everybody, like a lot of, maybe, or was those people trying to find them before they realized?
Yeah, you start hearing preliminary whispers, because sometimes it could be whatever. Oh, no, he's alive. It's just, whatever. But then I called and he was no longer. Yeah, it was strange. I don't know. I don't know why I got the number. I don't know if people do save the numbers.
Yeah.
Or what? But I tell you my number. I think we discussed this on an earlier podcast that I have a dead man's phone number. Did I tell you this?
I think you may have. That's what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I think
Did I
you may
still
have.
get-
What happened? So,
Well,
What?
I'm getting calls periodically. I'm getting calls, and they're leaving messages like this guy's alive, right? Because I I'm getting doctor's appointments from this guy. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Just want to make sure your bloods go okay. Give us a call so you could set up an appointment. He's dead. The guy's gone.
oh shit! Almost feel an obligation to call the doctor and be like, "Listen, I got his new number. The guy's dead."
Did we play the message of the guy that knew he was dead and called? Could we legally do that, Patrick? Could we play a voice message on the cast? Is that like a privacy thing?
What is it? You play? Well, why don't I ask him? I don't understand what you're asking.
This guy left a message on my phone for his dead buddy,
Oh, and you have it still? You're saying?
and I got it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Can we?
This might be.
How do you know? Is it his buddy?
I called him back.
I don't think I noticed.
You don't know the story?
I don't think so, man. Unless
So
I'm
I still
just
got
not
the-
remembering.
Hold on. A lot of people don't know this guy's dead.
Wow, man. You think they know by now?
Every once in a while, I'll get a random call from a guy. So this guy calls me, right? Hold on, let me see
Yeah.
if this is it.
Maybe this guy's like some sort of a adventure traveler who doesn't normally contact people till he's back out of the brush. So it's not uncommon for him to go years without having contact, and they don't even know he's dead.
Okay, I just sent Patrick the voicemail. Okay, I'm gonna play the voicemail.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm gonna tell you what I did
All right.
after I heard the voicemail, because it got to a point where, I felt like I felt like I had to be the bearer of bad news to some of these people,
But how did you know he's dead and maybe just didn't pay his phone bill and you got his new number?
This was confirmation. This phone call I got is confirmation that I have a dead man's phone number. Okay, when I got this voicemail, I knew.
All right.
Here, let's play it.
All right.
It's too late. You won't get this message, but I'm going to leave it anyways. I wish I would have gotten in touch with you. I miss you. I miss you so much. I was hoping one day you'd show back up on my door and you'd come back into my life because you were my buddy. I know you were just out doing your thing. I love you, Steve. Goodbye.
That's not a confirmation of death.
What do you mean?
I wish you would have came back into my life, but he didn't say now you're gone. He didn't say now you're gone.
He started.
I miss you,
He started the whole thing with, "I know you're not going to get this."
He's back in the brush. You know what I'm saying? Listen. This is not enough for a murder case. If I was a cop, I just don't feel. I know the guy didn't get murdered, but I'm not. Patrick, do you get death out of that? I need a third party opinion.
Do you get the sense that this guy is dead from that message?
Steve is dead.
If I knew that Steve was dead, the message would make as much sense as if this was somebody that Steve had maybe broken it off with or blocked or whatever. Either could be true, but it doesn't absolutely confirm death, but the certainty that he'll never speak to him is absolutely there.
Okay.
Right.
So I get this message.
Okay.
And
That's great.
And I go, we got to call this guy. Okay?
Yeah.
So I call this guy back. I go, hey, you just called. I want you to let you know that I have Steve's number now, just in case you needed to get a hold of him. He goes, yeah, I know. I go, well, I'm just letting you know that the number you have currently for Steve is not the right number. And if you need to get this message to him, then, you might want to, like, look in other areas. He goes, no need for that. I said, and I got this guy on speaker. And I just needed to know if he was dead.
This is a fucking Seinfeld episode. Holy shit.
So I said, well, I'm just passing along this message because your message sounded like it needed to get to Steve. And he goes, well,
right.
Steve's no longer with us. And I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. And he goes, yeah. Goodbye. Was the end of that. So we got confirmation that Steve's no longer with us. And I have a dead man's phone number. Now.
You're so nice. There's a part of me, based on that conversation, I'd have been like, okay, I know you're in mourning, dude, but we've established that you know that Steve's dead and that this isn't his number, so stop fucking calling it.
He called a dead man's number.
Yeah, and you were nice about it.
What the fuck is that?
It's exactly what you just tried to do with your friend, but the mailbox was full.
I didn't know. I didn't have confirmation on death yet. And I didn't leave no message.
Because
this guy left a message for a dead man. What is that?
Listen, I could even see a little bit leaving the message for Steve, like you were maybe going to do if your friend's mailbox wasn't full. You say you weren't, but maybe it would have. But once he knew, like, it wasn't Steve, dial any number and leave a message, guy. This ain't Steve. Even if Steve came back to life, he wouldn't have access to this number anymore. So, right? So why, and then more people do that too? Did more people leave those same kind of messages, like just want to say goodbye to you?
No. The other messages are, hey, man, we're getting together this weekend for Labor Day. Haven't seen you in a while. Give us a call. Damn.
Shit.
But,
wow.
Here, I'm gonna throw this question at you. Now that I have a dead man's phone number, do I have an obligation to call these people back and go, Steve's dead? And they're gonna go, what? And I'm gonna go, Steve's no longer with. Like, do I gotta be the bearer of bad news because I got a dead man's phone number? That's all I'm saying.
Oh God, that again. What a hilarious episode, right? You cut to the wife comes home 4 hours later, and you got a handkerchief. Yeah, I know. He was a good guy. Just you've been making calls all day, letting people know. Listen, the guy's been dead for so long, and they're still leaving messages. How close were you with Steve that after a year you don't know he's dead? I mean, come on.
I don't know.
Don't you think? How long do you think it would take if you passed away till everybody that knows you personally would know that you passed away?
A day.
Yeah, a day. I'm thinking 13 minutes. I swear to God.
Well, I mean, for that to filter through the system, know what I'm saying? Like, it would probably take a full day.
You're a good guy. It'll take 12, 13 minutes. You know what I mean?
Well,
the good ones, they find out right away. Trust me, man. Yeah. High level fun, good people. You spread that right away. Somebody was like, you wait till a cocktail party. You hear about Bill? No. he died Wednesday. Wow. Yeah. And then they don't even go tell people they know right away about Bill. They wait till, they get around to it.
Bro, I'm thinking this guy, Steve, someone might find out that he died on this cast after listening to us talk.
Yeah. To that last message, they could be like, I know that voice. That was Steve's friend Ken. By the way, what riveter does that fucking dude live on that left that message for Steve, Spitting out his skull halfway through the message. I know I'm never going to see you again, Steve. I guess I'll go gator hunting by myself. What the fuck? Based on that voice, Steve might still be alive. He's just dodging that redneck.
Well, here's another wrinkle I want to throw into the story. Do you think Steve and this guy had a romantic relationship?
No, that guy didn't sound. He didn't really sound. I mean, when he was like, I was just hoping you'd show up on my porch one day. Again, that's to drink moonshine and chew tobacco. He didn't sound gay at all, did he? He was he wasn't even crying.
I think he sounded a little broken up, but I just don't know. And maybe this is a mechanism to cope with death. To call someone's machine and leave a message just to get it out, just to get it out of their system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like maybe he was harboring some guilt or whatever, and then he felt like if he just leaves a message on his machine, he's unloading that, and then maybe that's why he left it.
Yeah. You're taking the brunt of that guy. They're all coming your way.
I got a bunch of calls right now here. There's another guy that had the phone. His name was Steve. No, sorry, Jerry. I got a guy named Jerry they keep calling. I think his phone number, to be honest with you, I might have to get rid of it. Fucking jinx, bro. I'm two dead people. Maybe it's that my phone number. Would you rather have? Would you have?
Oh God, that's a great horror movie. Like one of those. You got the number. Oh no! Wait, what?
Would you? I thought you just got a fresh number. Like when you get your phone number, don't you? Yeah, just like it. It's brand new phone number, just hot off the presses.
Right.
No one's had it before.
Yeah.
I got two dead guys prior to me that I know of. Right?
Yeah.
Where's this number been prior to me? Do we have a right to know how many people have had your number prior to you getting it? Right. Is that public knowledge?
I don't know. How does that work? Like these phone companies going, well, we got 10 deads that came in today, and the boss is like, oh, great, because we're running out of newbies. All right, give me the deads. And then he looks at him and goes, 73551 again? Didn't that? Jeez, that one keeps dying. All right. Ooh, that's an unlucky one. Like, I would rather make our numbers longer than giving us dead people's numbers, right? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have a 20-digit phone number than Jerry and Steve's people calling the corpse. Oh, my God, bro.
Oh, God. Holy shit. All right, bro. I got to jump on a Zoom here.
Good hanging, man.
Guys, we're 3,000 members strong here on Patreon.
We love having you, man. Thank you.
Love having you guys aboard. Share the Patreon clips with other people who are not members. We want to build this thing to 10,000 strong here on Patreon. Yes. So thank you again for spending the $5 to get the extra stuff. We really do appreciate it. And we'll see you next month on another episode here of the Pete and Sebastian Show, Patreon style.